love this. Ding! So welcome, Sarah. I'm Jackson Caesar, and I appreciate you coming through at the last minute to do this with me. So this is your first voice lesson, not only with me, but this is your first voice lesson in a while, because according to the questionnaire, you had voice lessons a long time ago.
Yes.
And you're familiar with music because you read music, and you've played a couple of instruments.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yes.
Well, that actually helps us move along faster. So that means that we can probably get into some repertoire right away then. So, but we only have a limited amount of time. That's what I'm trying to say. Limited amount of time, so we'll try to get as much as accomplished as we can. Here's our objective for today. We want to work on just a few things and just kind of see where it goes. So feel free to stand now at this time. But I appreciate you having a seat and then waiting for, all rise kind of thing. So when we talk about posture, that rings a bell to you, I'm sure, for everything.
I'm in voice and speech.
Yeah, and then being a pianist and all of that, it's all about the posture. Right. Same thing for everything, okay? It's just one of those guidances there. But when you're standing, we want to make sure that the shoulders are, the feet are shoulder width apart, right, of course. And what we want is an upright, tall position. Did you ever take dance?
I took it when I was little, but I've been in voice and speech, and we're learning the Alexander posture.
Oh, good. That would be that whole vertical line thing there.
Yes.
So wonderful. Good. So then, can you give me that, Alexander?
It's really hard because my neck reaches. But
No, that's fine, because some things are, difficult for some people. Some people are just like this. There's no way they have to make it happen, Okay, good. So then we can start with that.
Yes.
Done. All right, so I want to work on some breathing exercises, and then we'll go into some phonations, breathing and phonation exercises. Have you ever done a hiss kind of thing, where you take in the breath and then you hiss out?
No.
Okay. So it's just going to be, we're going to start with a 4 count. So it'll be like a 1, 2, 3, 4. You then breathe out, 2, and you're off on 5, and off. Okay, and then I'll change the number and I'll say now let's go to 6, but then you'll be off on 7. Then I'll say let's change it to 8, you'll be off on 9. Then I'll say let's change it to 12, and you'll be off on 13. Okay, just on this, just to see how much resistance we can give to the breath coming out, because we don't want to let everything out. We don't want to just like that. We just want to give resistance to just how much we're putting out, okay, just a little bit by little bit, and then we're going to extend it. Okay, so let's do the 4. So I'm going to count to 4. Each one of them I'll count to 4, and then we start. Okay, so I'll say the next one's 6, but we'll count to 4. Okay?
Okay, so I'll hiss till 6.
4 is going to be, you're going to stop on 5.
Okay.
So I'm going to go, here's 4. Your cutoff is on 5.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Here's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now, how did you cut off? Did you just go, or just...
I just stopped my tongue.
You just stopped. You just...
Yeah.
You just brought the tongue out?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no right or wrong for that. I was just curious. I was just curious to say, now how did she stop? Because some people, they just go, they just, and that's it. But I'm just curious. But that's actually a really good way of stopping. Just go the tongue, just bring it up. And there's that, all of a sudden, that glottal stop pressure. All right. So let's try 6. All right, here's 6. 1. So the whole time I'm counting, you're taking in what you need, so that once we say 2, 3, 4, it's not, and then we breathe. Okay. So the whole time I'm counting 4, you're preparing your breath and all of that, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Off.
Okay.
Okay, and good. We need to try that one again because you collapsed when you started. Okay. So it was like, okay, you were here, and I said, and you said, okay? So we want to make sure that everything stays in one particular place, and you're stubborn to gravity, and you're going to just stand firm and grounded. Nothing's going to move you, and you're going to endure this breath to 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's just saying I need to update it. I was told to not do anything to it because the last student I was working with, I pushed the button and it stopped. So.
Oh no.
But actually, it still records.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
I thought it was saying that you don't have enough storage.
Yeah.
That's what I get a lot.
No, I finally did that. I finally got rid of them because yesterday I was with the student and it cut off on us and I didn't know because it was full of storage. So this time, no, I have storage. So it's going.
All right.
Okay, so this is 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and okay. Now let's go with 8. Okay. No, let's go with 10.
Okay.
And you'll be off on 11. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and try not to collapse.
Okay.
So when you finally exhale, it shouldn't be because you're not giving out that much. It's about resistance, so it should be like this. Take in and then because if you do this, you've already released too much.
Okay.
Okay, so we want resistance. And that's where when we talk about control, you know, breath control and vocal control. So when someone is singing and it looks just effortless. The whole idea for classical singing, classical technique is about the effortless approach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just want it to look like it's just natural, but yet at the same time, it's quite physical because of opera and all of that. So let's go with 10.
Yeah,
11, because you're off on 12. 11.
Yes.
Yes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. How do you feel? Do you feel lightheaded or anything?
No, I'm a swimmer.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. Awesome. I was actually going to ask that question because I believe in the swimmer's breath.
Yeah.
I totally believe in that. And it was like a few years back, I went to a camp with kids and they were like swimming all over the place. And I was like, these kids are going to have to teach me how to swim. And they told me, don't,
Right.
when you go in.
Right.
And it's so true for even singing and everything else. You just take in what you need and you got it. And I call it the singer's breath. So that's excellent. So good. I want to go to 16.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. So, well, since you're a swimmer, of course you can. All right. But we want to make sure that we're not collapsing here. Because in the pool, you're actually doing a lot of movement, which is really great. I'm so glad to know that you got the swimmer's breath thing going. So we'll do this and then we'll stop and then we'll add some phonations, some tunes or whatever to it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 16, and... don't collapse. That's just a normal habit, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Off. That's fine. But you know what I caught you do, which is really good? You caught yourself and you relaxed.
Yeah.
Because it was like this, I'm here, and then it was like, I just need to relax. I like that. Yeah, that was really good. And I'm sure he's going to catch that too, so that's really good. All right, so let's just try some warm-ups here.
Do you want me to stay standing?
If you sit, you must come to the edge of your chair, but I'd rather you keep standing, though.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know if I probably better stand up so I can be seen here. You're familiar with some 5-note vocal aces and stuff?
Yeah.
And we're just going to sing on ah. We're going to use these two. The first vowel is A, right? So one is going to be ah and the other one's going to be ah.
I take voice and speech, and so I have the IPA. Yeah.
This is great. This is great. So the first one will go up chromatically. Yeah, you do ah and then go to when the next one go to ah. And then the next one
Or wait, is it?
This one's ah. And this dad is supposed to be ah.
Is it backwards? Isn't it? Upside?
Yeah, it is. I said this is ah and this is ah, dad.
Which one's that one?
This one's
father. Ah.
Father.
That's back. That's regular. That's
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And dad is okay.
Dad.
All right. Sorry.
Ah. All right. We're just gonna go that tempo. 1, 2, ready, and. Still doing the posture thing, right? Each time we go up, we're gonna go to the other ah. Ready? Yeah, that's it. sorry.
Like that?
No, I was
You
just
just want me
doing
to keep-
every other note, but I wanted you to keep doing it. I didn't want to do every note. So I said, okay, she's got this now, so I can just go every other note. 5,
Okay.
you know, 1 through 5. All right, so let's go back to here. Ready, and... Try to make sure our head is level too. Naturally, this happens to everyone, okay? Mm-hmm. Everyone is higher because we started out with this as we were kids. When we were kids, it's you're still in there.
Okay.
So we just have to trust it. You're still in there. It's just that if you touch it, it's going to completely stop. But naturally, as kids and everything we do in life, it's higher. So everybody does this, lower, and then everyone goes low.
Right.
We still, even professionals, but let's try to keep right here. And if you have to, you might have to do this, okay? This is getting pretty high now. So we're going to keep it on ah. 1, 2, ready, and... Let's try, when we go staccato, let's try no ha. We don't like H's. No H. No H. We just want to detach the ah. Because we want to keep it pure for what it is. Ah. And if we're singing a word that involves it, then yes, we want to throw in there ha ha ha. I think that would be some more of the Handel's Messiah choral stylistics. You know, when you're in a choir, they want, and I've worked with different groups, and some choirs, they want legato, and other ones, it just depends on whatever they want, but we want to try an exercise where it's no ha. All right, so let's just try the ah. Ready, and? Yeah, 2 more. That's okay. Good. Okay, I just want to make sure there's no problems going on, like you feel a strain or anything like that. When you brought your head down, did you notice anything different?
Yeah, I noticed it sounded better, honestly. Okay. I thought it was more comfortable. Okay, good. So let's try, we're going to go back down. I think for you, middle C is a good enough starting point for you. Because you're going pretty high, so that's really good. Yeah, you were up there with your high G, which is actually perfect. All right, so we'll start with the, we're still going to stick with the same vowel. We're just going to try yeah. Connected. 1, 5. Ready, and... Legato. Try connecting. Detach. Yeah. Get rid of the H. Ah, you caught it. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, because it's just a subtle thing. Okay. It's flat.
Well, this is too. So we're just gonna try. Yeah, you have to slow it down. Yeah. Are you familiar with the soft palate?
No.
Does that ring a bell? When you take an IPA and you haven't talked about soft palate? Actually, maybe you don't need to use it because...
We're just talking, we're not really singing. But...
Yeah, because IPA is the International Phonetic Alphabet for speaking, not so much singing, even though some vowels are involved. Okay, That makes sense. So then, yes, we wouldn't talk about resonators for this, but for this case, we are going to talk about resonators. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we want a better channel to go through to make sure that that connection comes out pure as much as it can. So I'm going to give you an example and tell me if you can hear the difference, distinct difference. One, okay, here's two.
One is in the voice and one is in the diaphragm?
Why would you say that?
Because the second one sounded like you were straining to get it, and it looked a lot up here rather than in your diaphragm.
Oh, okay. So what I was doing on the second one was stretching more, so that there's a smoother connection and not detached. The first one was so it's like the second was because I'm using my soft palate in the back to stretch it up so that it comes out. So now listen to that sound.
Okay.
I'm going to do the second one. Now, because it's so high, I have to stretch this way. It's round and focused this way. The first one. You can even hear that.
Right.
And we want to get rid of that. For these exercises, you want to. So let's try that. Right. Because I want you to tell me what are you noticing when you go to the high note.
I feel like I'm screaming.
Yeah. So what are you noticing about the muscles? What's happening inside the mouth? So you might have to slow it down and go. Does it feel like it's closing up some?
It just feels weird. I feel like I'm not using my diaphragm at all.
Yeah, so you're reaching for it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about the soft palate. If you just swallow, and maybe just swallow and keep it back there, the roof of the mouth, which is the hard palate, going into the soft palate, which is next to the uvula. So just before you get to the uvula, that's the soft palate. So that is what we want to lift. And you notice that when you yawn, so when you just, you can tell that that's lifted. So that's the soft palate. So if we can try that, that's actually working. That's a good exercise too, to just do the sirens, to get the soft palate exercise, to understand how to move it. So yeah, actually, why don't we just go into that? Since you did that, because,
That's how I yawn.
Yeah, just go with the, Yeah, you feel that lift in the soft palate? So when we're doing this, can you try that lift on the high note? As if you were going,
Wait. Like that?
Focusing on the soft palate. Alright, you might get your tongue out maybe. You feel the soft palate come out? Yeah. But connected. So, not so much of a smile, but okay, and then go. Okay, so once you start the soft palate is there.
Okay.
So now that you know how to move it just by going, can you try to move it without a sound?
Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay, so try to move it without a sound so that you know how to move it.
Okay.
Because you're going, because what happens is before phonation begins, sorry, I don't want to get too technical, but before you phonate the sound, the muscles are already in action. Okay, so that's why I said try to do it without the sound so that you can say, oh, now I know how to do it by myself.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go with it. Yeah, just try to move it before you get it that. Yeah. But try to stay there for a while. Just go. As if you're about to go,
okay.
Right? Yeah, and you're keeping it up. Keep it up. This is it. This is it. Stay there for a minute. That's a good exercise for you for that. I think that will help you to if you stay there for a minute, so you're paying attention to what the muscles are doing with the soft palate, and then when you come down, you're still bringing it up. That's when it gets real physical for singing. When they say, "Oh my God, it was just so physical." Yes, indeed. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Works. Okay, I'm gonna stop this one. All right, so we do. Oh, it is still going.
Yeah.